I'm going to demonstrate how to approach quiz 3, which is the quiz over fundamental graphs, and to show that it can be done even though it might seem like a daunting task to try to complete all 12 of those questions within 1 minute's time frame. That gives you 5 seconds per question. Just pace yourself, go at a nice steady pace. Once in a while there might be a 2 or 3 second delay from problem to next, especially if you're hitting arrow over. The best bet is to just click on the next number down below, as you'll see. Another thing that's important to do to get this done in time is to use the shortcut keys. Alt-Q will give you a radical, so pressing the Alt button along with the Q button gives you the radical symbol for cube roots and for square roots. For x squared and x cubed, to get an exponent, just arrow up gets you that exponent. The / gives you a fraction bar, and then shift / gives you the vertical bar for absolute value functions. So let me just demonstrate here. So that's the square root. So I do Alt-Q, x. That is 1 over x. So I do the fraction bar 1 over x. That is x cubed. So x arrow up 3. That's x squared. So x arrow up 2. That's the cube root. So Alt-Q 3x. That is the square root. Alt-Q to get the radical, x. That is x squared, so x arrow up 2. That is the cube root, so Alt-Q 3 and x. That is 1 over x, so the fraction bar 1 over x. That's the absolute value, so I do shift / x, shift /. And this is x cubed, so x arrow up 3. And this one is the absolute value, so shift / x, shift /. Now I've got 15 seconds to spare. Notice I was clicking on the numbers down here rather than arrow over, because that's going to take a little bit longer. This is a little bit closer, so less movement of your mouse, and then you don't have the delays typically that might be associated with arrowing over. I'll just wait it out here. I could have also just clicked submit, and you'll see I got them all right with 15 seconds to spare. So it is very doable. Just take your time. You probably won't get it on your very first attempt, but the idea is that you immediately recognize those graphs. And so when you see it, you don't have to take time and say, well, let me look up this graph and see what it is, and once you look it up, then type it in. I don't want you to have time to finish the quiz if you're doing that, because what I want is for you to just see these pictures and immediately recognize that's x cubed, that's x squared, that is the cube root of x, that is the square root of x, that is x squared again, that's the cube root, 1 over x, absolute value of x, x cubed, absolute value of x. Just so immediately when you see the graph, just like if you see a circle or a square or a triangle, you know immediately what it is. You don't have to say, well, let me go and look up this shape to see what it is. So that's the whole point of this whole exercise.